Evolution requires balance. Have you ever thought about the evolution of yourself? How are you balancing thyself? How do you see through polarity? How do you find a new meaning to every good and evil that you experience within vibration? From the full spectrum that frequency has to offer, the balance is your choice. You have the choice to co-create, to experience thyself, to be the light, to be the dark, to be both, to be anew, to be you. And balance comes through experience. And even within the choice that one makes, balance we will have to find within that. We want to take this path, but we have to know to balance the path that we wish to take, that we manifest to take, that we are here to take. For all that is. And within creation, within the balance of evolution, you find yourself here now today. Truly you are balancing thyself, balancing the one, balancing so that we can all as one balance. For we can imagine the spectrums and their, let's say, limitations. For we can always go through good and see more meaning to it as evil. And good and evil are the words that we recognize to distinguish in the parameters, the linearity within frequency, within light. So when we start to mix all these experiences, all these words, we start to cut the distortions, the illusions, the barriers one makes, and starts to build in order so that everything that one can see can be in balance. You can imagine the most imbalanced form, but once you put your hands on that creation, on that frequency, that good, that evil, once you put your hands in that good and that evil, you are able, throughout the experience that it has to offer for you, you have the experience to balance according to how you see it, to be aligned. For at the end, what you are seeing is yourself, what you are balancing is yourself, and at the end, what you are experiencing is yourself. For everything that you create, this image that you create, no matter how you see it, in which dimension you see it, you create yourself within all dimensions. And within all dimensions and harmonics, we have the opportunity to see how one can balance thyself with all that there is. By not limiting, by not blocking what we now know and what we don't know about thyself. Because it's a pure reflection at every single moment in life, a pure reflection of who you are. And no matter the topic that we will find, the interaction that you have, it resumes to you. It resumes to the balance that you have within. It resumes to how you are handling thyself, how you are juggling thyself, how are you imagining thyself to be, the weight, the magic that lifts all that weight, the lightness, the brightness, the spark that this image, that this co-creation of balance that you are experiencing. And we experience evolution throughout balance. For throughout balance, we cannot have the full extension of thyself, the full creation, co-creation of existence. And the key is that we have to recognize that within all frequency there is balance. For one frequency is composed by innumerous scenarios, innumerous experiences that created that good or evil, that frequency with a designation. And that frequency with a designation is a story. It's a story of the experience of thyself. It's the story of your experience. It's the story of who you are. It's the story of your expansion. It's the story of your evolution. And no matter how expansive or not you can be, when we look at evolution, we recognize that in order to evolve, we constantly have to be expanding towards this consciousness that allows us to evolve. And not only an advanced consciousness, but a consciousness that is one, a consciousness that is the experience of the good, the bad, and the neutral. A consciousness that speaks what we are. A consciousness that speaks and allows who we are. And sometimes we do truly complicate towards thyself, towards consciousness, towards it all. And the more we complicate, the more we don't understand the distortions that we create between good and evil. For it's our experience that creates this goodness, this evilness. For the same experience, another spark, another being will have a different opinion on the same exact experience. And we all know that we don't have all the same exact experience. We are all a different story. But it's the experience of infinity. It's the opportunity for us to see good, evil, neutral in all moments that we allow ourselves to integrate and to expand into a balance that does not defy this or that. It defies this and that by being it, by being all, by understanding the process within each vibration, within frequency. And when thinking about the balance of evolution, one cannot forget that the balance exists for you are the creator. And a sane creator. And what is sanity? For we experience it all within the vibrations of frequency, then that we can even ask, what is sanity? How can we allow the experience of vibration? Well, this truly brings more questioning to what actually, how are we balancing? What are we expanding thyself to be? Who is thyself? Why is it possible then to experience all there is, the good and the bad? And each one of us will give a meaning for its own story. We have to serve. We have to serve towards the evolution with an idea of balance. But this balance means that the experience of it all is possible based on you. So this means that it will always end up in a cycle of repetition. And that is a fear. For that is a limitation we put upon our expansion. For we think of an expansion with a doubt, with a fear. Just there and there we are seeing expansion, something good, with an evil attachment to it. So one thing is good, bad and neutral. And you can say, take the good, the bad and the neutral, if you can understand and bring thy meaning to it. And the more we experience the full spectrum of the vibration in frequency, the more we are able then to become aligned with a way of being, aligned with a way of loving, of a way of thinking, of a way of experiencing, of a way of communicating. Because at the end, to know thyself, one experiences and one chooses. And the experience is a choice. That means that we choose to see it all, to feel it all. Because at the end, we shall not forget that we are all evolving to one's balance. And let's say that the biggest balance one has is within the origin of thyself. And until we reach that origin, until we reach that experience throughout the dimensions, until you reach that level on where you can Look upon Source. Look upon it. Based on your own choice, based on your own experience. And love it. Love not only what you are seeing, for what you are seeing is what is Source, what you are seeing, it's you. In the sense, the path that you make so that you could see true evolution. And the true evolution is one we succumb to. We design creation to create oneself a new pair of experience, a new sight, a greater love, a deeper understanding to all that is, a greater fulfillment. For the evolution is a cycle that allows you to come back and it allows you to come back and the reasons to come back are infinite. But at the end, being in front of Source, being with that understanding of Source, here now, is the way home. But how can we see if we are not there? We are there. This is it. This is it because everything's here. Everything's now. And the changes are the changes that you give to yourself, the choices that you give to yourself, the action that you give to yourself in order to see more of yourself. For creation is everything. And you have to discover, and most likely you have, and most likely you know, that everything you see is creation. And while you gaze upon creation, what do you see? When I gaze with these eyes towards creation, I see it all. I see everything that is in front of me. And the key point here is, I see what is in front of me, for everything is here right now. But in front of me, if I'm looking through these eyes, and everything that I see is creation, then these hands are what? This face is what? This is one with creation. The true balance that one finds is then to see creation, to see evolution. For we can look at one single point and see creation. We can look, today I was looking at a resin, a drop of resin within a tree. And throughout the reflection of the sun, you would see within that drop creation. You would see the waves of light. You'd see the liquid crystalline rivers of creation. Everything that we see helps us towards the balance of the understanding of our evolution. The evolution is to see here now. who you are. The expansion is constant. The ascension is constant. And of course, the expansion of consciousness and love, they can't be distinguished one from another. They're both one. The spectacle of light I saw within a drop of resin is one with the spectacle of light that I see within my experiences, that I see in my experience. And that means that no matter where you are, what do you see? Up to you to reply. What do you see? How you see it? But the true understanding comes from that which is not just brain or just mind. It comes from you. And one thing we can all be assured of, we are love. And to everything that we see and everything that we focus, we will be able to find a key towards the evolution of thyself, towards the evolution of the understanding of thyself, of this physicality, of all dimensions within matter and pre-matter and beyond. For that is the evolution. The evolution is to find the balance within all that you see within frequency, all that you experience throughout vibration, so that you can make a choice. And that choice allows you then into everything that is presented in front of you, you see it, if you choose to. You see creation. You see you are a part of creation. You are one with creation. There's no distinction. You can't isolate yourself from this world, this universe, this cosmos, this harmonic. You cannot say, you are here, they are there. It's all here. It's all in front of you. Even if you go to space, it's in front of you. Everything is constantly in front of you. And no matter if we are gazing upon a tree or gazing upon the emptiness of space, which it doesn't exist, we will find the balance needed, the balance each one of us needs now for the continuous evolution that one is, in order to see how beautiful you are, in order to see how capable you are. Because we recognize that one is evolving according to what one can do. And if we truly pay attention to creation, everything is an evolution. Everything will give you an experience in order for yourself to, yet again, remembering or not, start over and become more aware of the meanings you give towards the goodness and evil of life, the vibrations within the frequency that you create to be. And let's not forget that if we are constantly expanding, we are expanding to something that we already are. For in a way we start expansion, but we came from expansion. We came from the point of expansion. We came from the point of everything. So this means that evolution is, and evolution has a path. Evolution is the path. I am the way. The way to lead yourself, or the way to be yourself, the way to evolve yourself, a way to know thyself. For once you know who you are, you will be more and more becoming one with all the dimensions within all the harmonics that are. The one that truly is. That is your higher self, you. For there will never be an end. There will never be an end within each level, each layer, each sleeve. There will never be an end. So that means that we are infinitely evolving for the whole creation. And according to the evolution that you decide to be now, it's a change that you bring to yourself. It's the only thing. And it's not the only thing, it's everything. For of course, we all know, change yourself, change the world. Do you see yourself as the world? And that is not to see yourself out of this world, or to see yourself controlling or empowering the world. No. It's to see yourself as a world. To see yourself as a part of the world. To see a part as everything that you see within creation. For the world is not just a planet, it's the world that you create, the experience that you create. And everything that we experience, everything that we create, has its own ascension. We experience with earth. We experience with sparks of creation. We experience with the beings of creation. Each one of them is in their own evolution. Now together we are. Now together we are, for we have similar interests in the choices of expansion, in the choices of evolution. We are here now to continue to evolve, to continue to expand. Expand thyself, know thyself. That is the biggest change, that is the biggest evolution, that is the biggest joy, that is the biggest understanding, love. For at the end, it's all a reflection. Whether you are looking at source and seeing your own reflection upon source, the path that you took over and over in order to be facing source, to see yourself, to see who are you within source. And the beauty is that you see who you are within source as source. For you are source. And we never ceased to be source. But the humbleness comes from the experience of the balancing of all that is there to be experienced. And to experience good and what is good. But let's say to experience a purity of good, an expression of pure good. What do? We experience and expand and expand and expand, and we go faster and faster. The same thing that when something which is a low vibration, evil, instead of expanding, we shorten and shorten and shorten the cycle of experience of vibration, the balance. For we are not talking about 100% just good, 100% just bad. It's impossible. Throughout who you are, and the more you expand the knowledge of yourself, you will find just that, the neutrality, the good and the evil, and the intention on who are you here to become, because that is what you are born with, the blueprint of who you are. That passion that you have, that fire that you have, that it's there just when you need it, for it's you when you hit the mark. Hit the mark of consciousness due to the love that you give and bring to yourself towards everything that one experiences, towards everything that one is in evolution of, evolving towards. So it's infinite and endless. The description, the way one can experience, the way one can try to express. But at the end, one has to know thyself in order to balance who one is, truly. And that will be a whole new different experience. Because it always is a constant, infinite evolution of balancing the core strength of who you are. And the reason why one balance thyself is so that one can continue all the steps throughout the evolution of thyself, so that you can be presented upon that level of light, that level of love, and see and be who you once are. Who you are. Who you are at your core. Who you are here now, walking towards. And we can have the idea of the sun being who you are, and we are walking from this human body until we become a star. How do we become a star? Well, we all know that even humans are stars. And there's no separation. The energy is the same. The consciousness is the same. The joy, the excitement, the life is the same. Because ascension is just that. From your physical body to the sun. And it's not a sun that we know of. It's even, I wouldn't say more, because even within a drop of water, of resin, you can see the center of creation. You can see everything of creation. So it's not about magnitude. It's about the experience of who you truly are. This body is in a physical matter, within a dimensional standard, experiencing an harmonic that allows us not only to ascend within the consciousness of our dimension, but in the consciousness of our density. It's for you to see that there is no limitation between this body and the light, this body and love, this body and consciousness, this body and the crystalline river of creation. That is the evolution. We are here to evolve, to become the sun, the light. For that is who we are. And the challenge is here now, right now, for you to see the light within yourself. And you see the light within yourself if you become aware of who you are, what you think, what you do, how you act, how you react, in body, mind, and spirit. And throughout the culmination of everything that you can see now in your complex, this one complex is everything that you are. And this complex now has not everything that you are, but everything that you are a part of. It's infinity upon infinity upon infinity of consciousness, of love, that allow us to link with one another in the experience of evolution, so that we can all evolve into a desired point, dot, origin, source, moment, experience. So the evolution is from body to light. The evolution is going throughout the density of what is matter and what matters. So we go through what truly matters within the matter until it's non-matter, pre-matter, until we can see and understand the light that is crystalline and liquid, to the sound that is, to the light that is, the possibility and the arrangement of all consciousness. So we can truly get amazed in the origin and the purpose of reality. For if one would have told me, no matter the age, that I am able to become light, I would be like, duh. Because it's represented within our world, from your imagination to the imagination of others, and characters within that which is entertainment, that we, as we grow up, we see so many different ways of entertaining the human mind and heart in order to motivate and inspire oneself to be the greatest of what one is. And in a way, it's cloaked. It's an expression, it's an experience of what it is to be the light, what it is to be the power, you know, Son Goku, Son Gohan. You go through that magnificent beginning within mana, and you start to manga, and you start to see an imagination that inspires you, an imagination that resonates with you. And no matter if one sees in entertainment or in imagination, the resonance that one feels is the inclination towards the truth of what one is. So as we can see throughout this world, we always expand what it is to be human. We always expand what it is to be one living being within creation. And how we are all connected. For what one is an inspiration to what another one can be. A remembrance of what one is. So we will recognize the infinity that comes through your life, that is an emphasis, an indication, a direction towards the truth of the truest path that makes you become the sun, that makes you become the light. And it's the light in body, mind, and spirit. And of the one complex, which is us all. So truly it is a beauty, and an infinite beauty, to imagine, to learn what true evolution is. The evolution of thy body, the evolution of thy soul, the evolution of creation. There are the answers within us all. There is a way for us all. And let's not forget, I am the way. So you as the way for your way, the way that makes you choose the experience that aligns you with that which excites you. Because within all excitement, the teaching that one is presented with is absorbed. And the teachings are the ones we learn and the ones we teach, because that is one way of true excitement for thyself, for the one. So, aho, find the balance within the evolution of what it means to be truly you. Find the balance of the complex that is infinity. Find the balance and the meaning of who you are. Aho. And see the light. And see the light is see the truth of who you are, that love that you are. Aho.